Y'all, it is cold. Like, it's freezing. I've been up for about 3 or 4 hours. Couldn't sleep because it's so cold you can't. Sleepy as hell, but can't sleep because of how cold it is, you know? It's like so cold that your feet hurt. Like the tops of my toes and stuff, they're numb. Or my toes are numb. Completely. Completely. Yeah, it's so cold. My feet are killing me. My feet are completely numb. I'm trying to warm up. It's freezing, literally freezing. Like, literally, but it's cold as fuck, okay? It hurts. Good morning. Good morning. So, for those that don't know, this channel, you're not allowed to speak. You're not allowed to talk shit to me. You're allowed to if you want to pull up and say it to my face. I've done bitch the entire internet, and I've done fault the entire world. So, let's get one thing straight this morning. Unless you're going to roll up and do something, you're not allowed to come here and talk shit to me. Okay? Okay? And all you little motherfuckers that were surrounding me last night, What a bunch of bitches. All y'all passed me by, screaming on live, yelling into my camera, and all you little pussies too scared to stop the car. There was like 3 or 4 of y'all in each car. There's like 80 y'all. Y'all could have jumped me. What a bunch of pussies. 8 people. And not, y'all can't do nothing. 8 people. Imagine being able to shake 8 people at the same fucking time. And actually, it was more than that. If you were on live last night, it was more than that. It was like 12, 15 people. Imagine that you get under over a dozen people's skin. They're so bothered by you that they're out in the streets wasting their gas money in this economy trying to yell at you from a moving car. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. And it not only proves my point, it is hilarious. God, I love it. I love it. So don't start this morning unless I'm at the rec center. For anybody that wants to roll up and say shit to my face, let me show you where I'm at. I'm in Madison, North Carolina at the rec center. And I'll be in this area all day. I'm going to go to Walmart in a minute. Actually, going to head up to McDonald's. Then I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to be on live all day. So anybody that's got something to say, why don't you roll up, get out the fucking car, walk up to my fucking face and say it. Otherwise, you a bitch. Pussy. I don't care. I don't care. I think it's funny. It proves my point that the reason that I am homeless is not my fucking fault. People like that are the reason that I'm homeless. That evil intent. The desire to harm someone who harms no one. The reason is because they're evil. They know they are. They know who they are deep down. They know their desires. And they know I'm nothing like that. And that's why it puts a target on that. Just like Charlie. Just like Charlie Kirk. Walking in the name of the Lord. Minding his business. Telling the truth. Saying what's right. It's too much for them. This was absolutely a political killing. They killed him because he was a Christian. 100%. Charlie Kirk is dead because he was a Christian. Let's just get these facts fucking right. And he's not the first. He won't be the last. The end of times Revelations talks about how Christians will be killed. Persecuted, prosecuted. I think this fits. He was killed because he was a Christian. Y'all need to understand that even though this is a small town, a lot of these younger people around here have been influenced and brainwashed by the left, and they believe in leftist ideologies. That's exactly why we're having this problem. That's exactly from the bank to the food line to the Walmart. I never realized how many people in this town were leftists. How disgusting. How do you live with yourself? Oh, you don't live with yourself at all. No. You're living for me. You're wasting your money on me. You're worried about me. You're chasing me around town. You're not living for you. You living for me, baby. You're my puppet. I wonder how many puppets I'll have out here on strings today. A lack of identity is what makes these type of people spiral. That's why they're in the street chasing me down, and that's why they killed Charlie Kirk. These leftist ideologies have seeped into these children's minds and spirits, and they are dense, baby. They don't know which way's right, wrong, up, down. They want to be cats and dogs and have orgies. And they believe that there's damn 72 fucking genders. They're insane, okay? I just want to be clear that those are the same type of people that are chasing me around town. That's what nobody noticed that it's a guy in a Subaru stalking me. And what do we always talk about? How Subaru drivers can't drive. Okay, yeah. 50% of the time, they're either driving way over the speed limit. 50% of the time, they're driving under the speed limit. You know? I find it interesting that I'm always talking about Subarus on the road, and this little bitch drives the Subaru. One of the stalkers stalking me. He literally is bothered by the fact that of Subaru drivers, you know? Bothered by the fact of Subaru drivers. So for those that don't know, I've got multiple stalkers in this town. Being a homeless lady, being attractive, having a brain, having something to stand for, being strong, you know, all of these wonderful things. It puts a target on your back. And so I've had multiple stalkers in this town, and they've been arrested, right? And I had another one that was a stalker, and he drives a Subaru. None of y'all caught on to that. Out of almost 100,000 people, not one person said, Brooke, he's mad at you because you talk shit about Subarus. I can assure you that these type of children, they lack such identity that they would absolutely be upset because I said that Subaru drivers are crazy on the road. Y'all haven't put that together. Nobody thinks it's ironic that I always talk about Subarus and this guy drives a Subaru. You don't think that's ironic? There's no coincidences. He's clearly not screwed right. He clearly lacks parental guidance. And then he's out here in the street stalking me in a Subaru. I mean, y'all know he's going to jail, right? Not only is he going to jail, but he's going to have to fork over some money. Y'all do realize that, right? He's committed perjury twice. I didn't want... Here's the thing. So when he started stalking me, I actually told law enforcement, I said, I don't know if I'm going to charge him. I said, I really don't want to mark an 18, and he just turned 18. I said, I really don't want to mark an 18-year-old kid and make him unhireable in the job market, and it absolutely will. It absolutely will. I don't care if it's a fucking misdemeanor. In this job market, that kid won't find a fucking job until they fix this economy. Ask me how I know. So anyways, I said, I really don't know if I want to charge the kid because I don't know if I want to mark him. It's going to be harder for him to get a job. If he tries to join the military, they're going to be asking a lot of questions about why he has stalking charges against a female. Do you understand? So I didn't know if I was going to charge him. So this little shit goes down to the courthouse and takes out charges on me for cyber stalking. I didn't even know who this person was at the time. How are you supposed to stalk somebody you don't know who they are? So anyways, and let me just mind you that I am almost 38 years old. I have zero interest in anybody that's 18 years old. It's crazy, right? So the cops actually could have arrested him, but instead of doing their job, 2 days later, I was served with paperwork, and I was charged with stalking, even though I have him on video every day stalking me at work. It's crazy. I mean, the whole situation. And they really, the cops, the way they be coming at me, fuck them motherfuckers. Fuck them motherfuckers. How many reports did I make? 6? 6 reports in a week? And y'all let him take out charges on me? And you think that we don't have a broken system? The victim of a stalking crime was charged with stalking and then sued by her stalker. Do you understand? Anybody have any questions? Seriously, anybody got any questions? I want to be crystal clear this morning. Does anybody have any questions about the guy in the purple Subaru? Nobody found an interest in that I'm always talking about Subarus and this kid drives a Subaru. Let me tell you that these kids are so unwell that yes, these type of children would kill me because I talk shit about a Subaru online. Look at what just happened to Charlie Kirk. They killed him because he was a Christian. This was political violence because the left didn't agree with what he said. He died. He died. One of the most important conservative activists of our time. I mean, you know, the work that he's done surpasses Martin Luther King. For those that don't know, for those that live under a rock, Charlie Kirk was Martin Luther King in a different form, in a different race, in a different time, and he surpassed any work Martin Luther did. Charlie Kirk was by far more influential than Martin Luther ever was. It's crazy that people that have their heads so far up their asses, they do not understand what this is for this country. Are y'all ready for civil war? Because we're like this close. crazy. I feel bad for people that do not have a life and identity, because that's the type of people out here chasing me around on the street. That's the type of people obsessed with me, stalking me. It's been nonstop for 2.5 years. Why is Brooke homeless? I'm glad you asked. Brooke is homeless because of the internet. Brooke did nothing to put herself homeless. I wish that I could say I did something to lead me here, but that's not the truth. That's not the truth. So, yeah. Charlie Kirk is dead. Yeah. So they have some new guy in custody. Never mind. No, they don't. Because it says here 2 people. Remember yesterday they had the old white guy, the bald guy, and he was in handcuffs. And then they had another guy. And they said that 2 people were arrested and have since been released. This was not the left. This was the right. Listen, until otherwise, I'm going to think it was the right. I have my reasons. He was a threat to the Republican Party. Let me tell you why. Because the Republican Party is not headed in a conservative way. It's not headed towards Christianity and Jesus Christ, honey. The Republican Party is going off the rails just like the left did. People need to wake up. If you're part of the Republican Party, I'm sorry, honey, but the Republicans and the Democrats are the same up in D.C. They still all sex trafficking, having orgies, mixed up in drugs, funneling money, stealing money. Man, I had House of Representatives come into this town trying to sleep with me for cash. Do you not know who you're talking to? Both sides are the same. They're not working for the people. They'll work together before they ever work for their own party members. The Republican Party was heading in a different direction than Charlie was. Charlie was heading in his own direction, and apparently Charlie was headed towards the White House in a Christian, godly manner. Interesting. I wonder what leftist lunatic they'll pin up on this. This is the guy. It ain't gonna make sense. It won't match up. The MO, the crime, the evidence. I'm telling you. It's going to be like, damn, JFK. Shit ain't going to be making sense everywhere. Good morning. Let me tell you something. That shot, that was a sniper. Listen, I don't know anything about... Listen, I know enough to know that no 18, 25, 30-year-old punk could have pulled off that shot. Look at this. So there's surveillance of him running across the building. You can see him, like, he's got a gun, he's running. This was after the shots were fired. This was at Utah State, the day that Charlie was shot, killed yesterday. This is the campus. So, hold on one second. So it looks like this was the courtyard where Charlie was sitting. And then the building... No, Charlie was sitting right here. And then the building where the guy shot from. So it was like a distance of like right through here. It's hard to get pictures. Here we go. So right here, Charlie was sitting. And then the shooter fired from all the way over here. That was not someone that's inexperienced. That is someone that has, in my opinion, expertise, marksmanship experience. Do you see how far? This is courtyards. I just want to be clear that this is a college campus. So imagine it, how big a college campus is. So Charlie's sitting all the way over here at the bottom of it. Notice that this is a amphitheater, and the seating goes down at an angle. That is important. You can't make a bullet curve, okay? This ain't Angelina Jolie and whoever. You can't make a bullet curve. So the fact that he was able to fire from all the way over here down, and of course it would have been downhill, that's why he made contact. But think about all of the canopies and stuff they had flying in the air and all of the people down there. Just think about all the distraction. And then Charlie's under a tent. He's kind of tucked away from the sun. It wouldn't have been an easy shot, is my point. Even though it's on a downward trajectory, it still wouldn't have been easy to pull off. And then what was the wind? Where is Utah University? Hold on. I'm just nosy. I want to know. Where is the university that Charlie Kirk was shot at yesterday? Does anybody know? Why don't they put the name? Utah Valley. What was the wind in Utah Valley yesterday? 6 miles an hour to 7. 75 degrees. When did the shooting happen? Just after 12, right? What was the wind in Utah Valley at 12 p.m. yesterday? 13 miles an hour. Hold on. That's windy, Holmes. That's like windy to damn be passing a bullet through wind for sure. I couldn't even use my camp stove when it was 15 miles an hour on the coast. So if a fire that has no like heavy mass won't stay lit in 10 mile an hour wind, think about a bullet that has weight, that has substance traveling, and how it would move depending on the wind. Here we go. So during the time of the shooting, which was somewhere between, wasn't it like 12:15? 16 to 13 miles an hour. Listen, we always finding inconsistencies that don't make sense around here. Listen to this. So some guy, the bagger life 69, he said, one shot, one victim dead. It's been said the shot was around 200 yards or more. I don't think that an amateur could have pulled this off or made that shot even with some luck. This was a targeted hit and the shooter was good enough to only need one shot. I could be wrong, but this screams professional hit. I agree. Then, what is the NRA? Is that some kind of Republican? The NRA hold high power rifle competitions for ranges of 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 900 and 1,000 yards. So many NRA members would have no trouble with a 200-yard shot. The National Rifle Association. What is that? It screams Republican. That's what they're saying. I'm like, well, what does that mean? And then I'm like, oh, he's saying, because historically Republicans are the ones with the guns, which is ironic because the left are the ones screaming that they want tougher gun charges, but then they're the ones that is out here killing innocent children with guns. Make it make sense. You do know that when you crazy ass leftists, you do realize that when we get stricter gun laws, that applies to you too. It's like people that want to ban speech, freedom of speech, they don't realize that their ass is going to be locked up for spreading hate on Facebook or something too. It goes both ways. If my rights get taken, yours does too. Communism, okay? I don't know, man. Well, I had read last night that they had found another guy and they had pulled him in for questioning, but it looks like they let him go. Looks like they let him go. So I don't know. It absolutely. Well, let me tell you something. If we get through today and they still ain't got nobody, it's not looking good, homie. It's not looking good. Yeah, I don't know. He absolutely was killed because he's a Christian. Imagine running from the only thing that can make you happy. All these leftists out here running from Jesus Christ, and it's like he's the only answer. The reason you're sad, the reason you're depressed, the reason you hate your life and yourself is because you're running from the only answer. And you'll stay sick. You'll stay sick your whole life if you run from him. You'll stay sick and confused and used by the system. The great thing about Jesus Christ is it takes you back to a place of where we're supposed to be. Okay? Makes you feel not so alone. Living on this hell on earth with these fucked up systems. When you got God, you got all you need. And he's the answer to happiness. One of them. Well, see, Kash Patel said that, yeah, Kash Patel last night said that they had another one. And there's all these conflicting reports. How are there conflicting? Let's think about this. The White House reports to the media. The media reports to us. How are there conflicting reports? Unless somebody on that side of the fence don't know how to do their damn job. It's exhausting. Put me in, coach. Put me in. It's ridiculous. Hello to Christy, Australia. Hey, Julia. Good morning, Angie. Did y'all hear about that doctor that was stabbed the other day? They're treating her just like the Irina, the girl from Ukraine, the girl that was stabbed on the train. There was a doctor. She's 69 years of age. She was out walking her dog. She was from Auburn. I'm sorry, she was 59. Hold on one second. Julie, doctor stabbed while walking dog, Auburn. My feet are freezing. They hurt so bad, like my toes. They fucking hurt. So bad. Yeah, so of course, because she's a white lady, the media doesn't want to touch it because this was, a black on white crime. And just like the girl on the train in Charlotte, it's crazy because where that girl was stabbed in Charlotte, the Ukrainian refugee, I used to live right there. Right there. Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's exactly why I left. And then, people be on the internet, go to the city. Are you stupid? Why? So I can go get stabbed on a train? Or I can go get set on fire on the subway like the other lady last year at Christmas? Stop giving out to people when you ain't lived through nothing, okay? You're going to cause somebody to get killed. So this guy absolutely looks deranged. I mean, look at him. She was walking her dog. Minding her business. Harold Rashad Dabney III faces capital murder charges after the body of Julie Gard was found in a park. She was stabbed multiple times. Her body was found in a wooded area. He tried to rob her, and then he ended up stabbing her to death as she was walking her dog. And let me just be clear. Of course, he had a lengthy criminal history and mental health problems. She's a vet, doctor. She's a vet. This was in broad daylight, by the way. Hold on one second. I'm looking for details of the crime. My feet hurt from it being so cold. A retired Auburn University professor was walking her dog in a local park when she was reportedly fatally stabbed. He's been charged with capital murder. She was walking her dog at the time of the fatal attack. They think he was trying to rob her. She was also a Christian. Interesting. Cut my thumb open last night. I had a paper cut. You see it? It hurts. Because we carry so much of value when we walk our dogs. Ain't that the truth? My feet hurt so bad, y'all. So they're charging him with a federal hate crime, I think. The guy from Charlotte. No, they're charging him with a federal crime that carries the death penalty. Good. I don't know why we don't kill people like this anyways. He ought to just be taken out back and shot in the head. What a waste of human life. I don't understand what the problem is. Why are we having this debate? They won't execute him. North Carolina's full of liberals. They won't execute him. The guy that stabbed the girl on the train. Even if they put him on death row, he'll sit there for 30 years till he dies. 50. Your tax dollars gonna feed him. Instead of just killing him. You know, let's think about this on a small scale. Here, I'll give you a number. I'll show you. I'll prove to you. I'll prove to you that it is more expensive to house these type of offenders than it is to take them out back and shoot them. What's the average that it costs to house an inmate in maximum security prison for a year? The average annual cost to house a maximum security inmate in the U.S. varies significantly by state, with the median state spending roughly $64,865 a year per inmate, though some states like Massachusetts spend over $300,000 a year to house these inmates. What's cheaper? Oh, nope. Hold on. We're going to go with the low figure. We'll just say $64,000 because that's the low figure. 64,000 times, let's say he gets life and he lives for 50 years. He's young. He's 30 years old. He's going to get proper medical care now that he's in prison too, so that heightens his chance of living longer. Oh, wow. That's over $3.5 million. $3.2 million. So you think that housing this fucker that stabbed this woman in a train on her neck, you think that taxpayers should spend $3.2 million on a man that just brutally murdered a refugee who was escaping war? You think we should spend $3.5 million on him? Because I think we should spend $3.99 and put a bullet in his fucking head. And this is why we're broke. Let me just be clear that this is why we're broke. This gentle justice got all these prisons full of people and nobody being punished. Crimes down. Yeah, because you're not arresting criminals. Now we got crazy people out here stabbing people in the throat on the train, set them on fire, while they're stabbing them while they're walking the dogs. That $3 million, I had no clue. That's on the low end. Let's say it was mass. $300,000 a year. That's $150 million for one inmate for 50 years of housing them. At $300,000 a year for 50 years. Hold on. Is that 15 million? That's 15 million? 15. Regardless, I don't care. Listen, you count the zeros. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a mathematician, okay? Not young Sheldon over here. $15 million, whatever. That is insane. Now let's times that. Let's say they got 1,000 inmates on death row in Massachusetts. I don't even know how much that is. Is that the 150 million now? How is it cheaper to house these violent offenders who have a propensity, especially if they're rapists? They're not going to stop. It's the only thing that we can't reform. It's the only behavior we can't change. Pedophiles should be a full stop to death row because of the fact that we can't change them. Something's not right with them. Okay? And I know that sounds like some eugenics shit. However, imagine if we had a world without pedophiles. Maybe it's like, I don't know, not good. It's not good. They've been charged for sex crimes. We ought to just take them off the face of the earth. Plain and simple. Just go ahead and annihilate this behavior from society. Nip it in the bud. $15 million to house his dumb ass. And that's what he wants. That's what he did it for. 100%. Sick of being on the streets. Wants a free place to eat and sleep. 100%. And he even screams out, I got the white girl. I got the white girl. Oh, but it's not a hate crime. Oh, well, if you know so much, tell us. Tell us. What do you know? Tell us. Tell us, since you got something to say. We got a child in the chat, y'all. Y'all want to play cat and mouse with this kitty over here? This little cat. Little mouse. Pedos don't live. That's not necessarily true, Daryl Shirley. Pedophiles, and modern misconception once again is that pedophiles are mistreated in prison. That's not the case. I don't know where these lies come from. Where do these lies come from? In women's prison, all of the pedophiles become best friends. Yeah, in women's prison, they don't face any harm. No, baby killers. Matter of fact, there was a girl that killed her baby and stuffed it in a diaper box. Her name was Shelly. Talked about her before. We'll circle back and I'll show you Shelly's picture one day. She murdered her baby and stuffed it in a diaper box and wrapped it up with duct tape and stuffed it in her attic. And her husband, who was on deployment, comes home to meet his new child, and they can't find the kid. And so he calls 911. Shelly's giving him the runaround, and sure enough, they get the dogs out there, and they find this baby in the ceiling. Do you know no harm ever come to her? She had more friends in prison than I did. Yeah, other pedophiles. There was another couple in prison, women couple. There was one woman that had abused her own children sexually, and then there was another woman who had abused her neighbor's children sexually. They dated. They were a couple. Let me tell you about that first woman. She abused her son so bad that when he was found walking down the road, and his body had been expelled from the inside out. No harm ever come to her. And matter of fact, when I was in prison and I gave them bitches hell, Harm came to me for treating pedophiles like shit. I don't know where these modern misconceptions come from, this misinformation, but I'm here to tell you that I'm going to blow the lid off of every single thing you think is truth. They protect pedophiles in prison. Now, maybe in men's prison, absolutely, it's a different story. Different story in men's prison. But if you go to women's prison and you've harmed a child, they buddy, they're all best friends in there. They all protect each other. Keep in contact. They all dating. All the sex offenders are dating in women's prison. Raleigh, maximum security. Yeah, modern misconception that people will by now. You didn't have anything to say. Those 2 brain cells, they just rubbed so hard they dissipated, didn't they? I know, honey. So just ignore them, y'all. Just ignore them. I only let it go on just so y'all can see it, and then I block them. I don't care what anybody has to fucking say. Unless you're going to roll up, get out of your car, walk up to my face, and swing. Shut the fuck up. You've already been bitched out. I won. What do they not get? What do they not get? If you got such a problem with me, how long have I been sitting here? All these people got problems. All these people got problems. They always got problems. They got something to say because they're jealous of a homeless woman on the internet. If you're not jealous, then why do you keep coming back? If you're not bothered, then why are you riding by wasting your gas screaming at me? I love it. Imagine having a home, a career, a job, and you're worried about what some homeless woman is doing because she's happier than you homeless. And you're so ignorant. You're so ignorant that you won't sit down and listen to the secret of happiness. Why is it that people are like, oh, I'm so depressed, I'm miserable, but then you try to tell them the secret of happiness and they don't want it? As a personal choice, I guess, you know? It's crazy. What is the budget for North Carolina's what is the DOC budget for North Carolina? $2 billion. That's where your tax dollars are going, to house inmates that ought to be executed. A good portion of those, I'd probably say about 20% that we have in prison now, they could just execute. Murderers, traffickers, people who've harmed children, violent, sexual predators. Yeah. What percentage of inmates in the state of North Carolina are sexual offenders? Yeah, they can't reform them. And matter of fact, it's getting worse because they didn't. 12%. 12% for sexual assault. That's just for sexual assault. That's not for, and there's so many sex crimes. That's just for sexual assault. 12% of the prison population. You want to hear something else that I was reading about the other day? Let me see if I can find it. Hold on one second. According to the National Intimate Partner in Sexual Violence Survey, 90% of perpetrators of sexual violence against women are men. 90%. In the same survey, 93% of men who reported being victims of sexual assault also say that the perpetrator was a man. So when it comes to sex crimes, it's always a man. I mean, it's, 85% of domestic violence survivors are women. It's crazy. I couldn't believe that. 90% of sex crimes are perpetrated by a male. My toes are so cold. Sucks, man. I don't think I realized how bad I had it until I hit the streets. And now looking at how privileged other people are, I'm like, oh, okay. So other people have people they can rely on. I get it. Like, I don't think I realized, like, how bad I had it until I hit the streets. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense at all? Because, like, people be like, oh, I hope you find somewhere safe. Or, like, and you can understand that they don't understand at all. You know, I'll be on the streets until I die, until I buy a car. Like... You know, it's like all of my followers think that I just like, I don't know. I don't know what they think. They think that I got somewhere to stay, or they think that I'm going to find somewhere to stay, or they think there's a shelter, or they think that and there's not. There's not. And even if there was, I wouldn't go to a shelter. Why? Because I'm clean. I'm in recovery. We don't put people in recovery back into situations where people do drugs and alcohol. It's crazy. Not to mention I would be raped immediately. 100%. 100%. I would immediately be a target. Why? Because of demographics. Because of the fact that I'm white. Yeah. Ask any white lady. It's sad. It's sad. You know? And then when that happens, they can't even report the crime. The shelter covers it up. People don't understand. They don't. You would think that going to a shelter, these people would have your best interest at heart. I can assure you that when you are sexually assaulted in that shelter, they are going to cover that sexual assault up. And if you call the cops, they're going to be pissed that you called the cops, okay? This is the world that we live in. It's crazy. And there are no shelters. Not here. At all, you know? So, even the ones they have an hour from here, they don't house people. People keep asking about a shelter. Do you not realize that the good majority of shelters do not house people? It's just a place for people to come during the day, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. After that, they're back out on the streets. There are no beds. There's nowhere for them to cook food. It is a money racket. They can build a building. They can say, we're opening a nonprofit. People start giving them money. And then the homeless people are still sleeping on the streets. That's what's taking place. Okay? It's crazy. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. It already is. Everybody's becoming homeless right now, you know? Everybody's being kicked out on the street. Families, that's up 33%. Elderly, disabled. I mean, to kick disabled people out on the street, that's crazy. That's crazy. They're doing it. They're doing it. And it's only going to get worse. You want to hear something even crazier? Listen to this. The Office of Community Planning and Development within the Department of Housing and Urban Development is slated to lose 84% of its staffing. So they're going to cut 44% of the budget, which is going to push over 7 million people, half of 7 million people out on the streets. We only have 750,000 people right now homeless. If we take on another 3 to 7 million people homeless, do you understand what that's going to do to this country? And there's no jobs. Let's not forget there's no jobs. And they're cutting their staffing Over 84%. You do understand that we need these resources in the community, right? Like, people rely on this to feed their babies, okay? Like, food stamps, WIC, HUD. They use these things in order to get on their feet. Not everyone abuses them. And they're kicking these people out. So if we have 7 million people and they're cutting funding by 44%, that's going to create like 3 million people homeless. Do you understand? And on top of that, that's just HUD. That's not Medicaid too. No. That's even worse. Medicaid, we've got 40-something million people. Let's see. How many people do we have on Medicaid? Medicare. How many Americans receive Medicare? 68 million. So let's talk about it. Let me explain. Let me break it down. Why is it important that these elderly people and disabled people keep their Medicare? Because if they don't have it, then they're going to be homeless. And if they're homeless, they're going to die because they need around-the-clock care. They physically cannot take care of themselves. They need nurses and aides to do that. $68 million Medicare patients. What cut is coming to Medicare? What percentage? So 11%, which would result in an automatic. Why did they do it like this? 6.4. So future hospital insurance trust fund depletion, 11% cut. And then Medicaid services and Medicare is a 6.4% cut. So if you were over, 70 and you were in a rest home and you were on Medicare, and then they cut your Medicare, they're going to kick your ass out on the street unless you're going to start paying thousands of dollars a month to stay in that rest home. That's how that works. Unless you got a rich family that's going to fork over a bunch of money after your Medicare gets cut off, you go into the streets. And they're cutting this by 6%. I don't know how many millions of people that is, but it's absolutely got to be millions of people. That's crazy. Yeah, that's the big, beautiful bill. That's the big, beautiful bill. Yeah, so essentially what they're trying to do with the big, beautiful bill is they're trying to cut government spending, and they're trying to clean up all areas where they felt like overspending was taking place. And what they're really doing is they're creating a whole new problem. We only have 750,000, and it's probably closer to 1 million people. The reason that I say that is because you can't get a general census when most homeless people don't want to be contacted. A lot of them are off the grid and they don't want to be contacted. So it makes it extremely hard to know how many homeless people we factually have, because so many of them are running from being tracked. So it's around 750,000 homeless people currently. With this big, beautiful bill, we're looking at millions of people falling into homelessness. Millions. So between Medicaid, HUD, the cuts to housing, that's over 7 million people that receive. I'll show you. Hold on. How many Americans receive HUD? We looked it up before. I think it was 7 million. 9.5 million people receive HUD. Another 5.2 million receive house choicing vouchers. Another 2 million people receive project-based rental assistance, and over 2.2 million live in public housing. So add all of those up and then subtract 44% of that. That's how many people are going to be homeless. Yeah. I don't understand why the media is not talking. I mean, they are. Everybody's talking about, oh God, homelessness is spiking 50%, 70%. I mean, they're panicking, behind the scenes. I see the food banks that are struggling. They're like, we need food. We're getting thousands and thousands of cars. We need food. Yeah. What percentage is the big, beautiful bill going to cut HUD? It's 44%. 44%. So how many billion? 9 plus 2 plus this plus that. 44%. Now, some of those people will be able to move in with families. Some people will be able to find a home and move into a home. Some people might be able to, afford something cheaper. But a lot of those people in this economy, they can't get ahead for getting behind like me. And they'll never be able to, they'll end up on the street. The full budget request proposes a historic 44% cut to HUD's vital affordable housing, homelessness, and community development programs. It says, and it would impose changes to rental and homelessness assistance that would leave more facilities struggling to afford rent and an increased risk of homelessness. This is what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm not the only one. Who is this? National Low Income Housing Coalition. Okay, well, at least I'm not the only. I feel better. Do you know how frustrating it is for the world to call you dumb, but you see things that you see no one else talking about? And you know that you know what you're talking about? Well, I got validation. I'm not the only one throwing up damn smoke signals. This is really bad, folks. Really bad. Anyways, nothing we can fucking do about it. He's in there now. Well, for now, I mean, judging by the situation, he might not be in there long. Everybody damn getting taken out. It's crazy. Does anybody, my feet are starting to warm up. Y'all, I gotta walk. My feet hurt so bad. They're cold. I've got on 3 pairs of socks. That's all I own. That's where I slept last night, right there, on that hard-ass plastic bench. I slept right here. Freezing. Hey, Maz. Hello. Good morning, y'all. Train. Good morning. So I'm waiting on the train. Hey, thank you, my eyes. Oh, well, have a great day, Michael. Jesus, let me tell y'all something. I don't trust this situation with Charlie Kirk. I don't. I do not. I just, my gut is telling me that this was not the left, y'all. The way that Trump's acted. Why do I feel like it's not the left? Because the way that Trump's acted. He's acting sketch. He's sketch. He immediately come out and started blaming the radical left. How do you know? We don't even know who it is. How do you know? And then the crime scene itself with that shot, I don't know about you, man, but like, I ain't never met a leftist that could hit the target. You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem. They are not on target ever. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. That shot does not. It's the shot. It's the fact that they hit him from so far, and it's such a difficult course. That wouldn't have been an easy course. And sure, they didn't get him in the head. I mean, this was an assassination, but they still killed him. And the Trump administration, the way that they're behaving, it's like they're trying to hurry up and get this along. That's what it is. It's like they're trying to hurry up and get this along. And it's like, whoa, he was just shot yesterday. Why are y'all trying to hurry this up along? That's what it feels like from the Republican Party. It's like they're trying to hurry up and move this along so that we can get it out of the way and focus on whatever they want to focus on. Seriously. Seriously, that's how it feels to me. That's just my gut instinct. It's weird. I initially thought it was a young guy. I thought that it was probably a male, having identity issues, probably part of the LGBTQ+, blah, 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 blah. They ain't got nobody yet. Watch it. Watch them get the guy and it be my first original intuition. But now, judging by the shot, I think that it's somebody older and somebody potentially on the right. I think it would, now I think this was a planned hit, designed hit by the right. Why? Because they're heading in different directions. He was a threat to the Republican Party. Yes, he was. And he was part of the Republican Party. But he was a threat to the party because of his beliefs. Because of the fact that he stood on the word of God. He was a threat to the Republican Party. I'm sorry. Some of y'all live under a rock. Y'all don't know. The Republican Party is just as demonic as the left. You've been bamboozled. You've been scammed. I was too. But I'm being for real. Charlie would have took this country in a Christian way. He would have sent it in a Christian direction. And they can't allow that to happen. Because if he comes to stand on ground to do the right things and to be for the people, he would be the first. That's going to put a mark on his back. If he would have gotten that White House, he would have been the first president of our generation that would have been working for the people instead of behind the scenes with each other for opposite parties. Do you understand? That's why he was a threat also to the Republican Party. He would have turned the Republican Party into what it was supposed to be. Elon and Donald Trump, they might call themselves conservatives, but I can assure you that by God's word, those are not godly men. Even to this day, their behavior they're not changed men of God. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Charlie, however, was a man of God. And he was living his life the way that God would want him to. And he was gearing people towards God. That's going to put a target on his back. I think that he was probably killed, in my opinion, he was killed because he was a Christian. In my opinion. And, it's like an asshole. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't care. I do. I think he was killed because he was a Christian. I think he was a threat to both parties. I think both parties had reason to want him killed. And I think there's a good potential that, he was literally assassinated. This was a sniper. This was a hit. This was a inside job. Clearly, clearly. Um, you know what pisses me off more than anything, though? Is his kids, man. His kids. Christians are being killed all over the country, babe. Wake up. All over the world, Christians are being slaughtered in the streets. If they know that you're a Christian, they'll just fucking behead you. What is going on? How do people not know this information? I'm going to really try next week to get, more talk it twos together, because I don't think that people, I am so homeless that I think that people know more than I do, because I'm homeless. So surely, they watch the evening news. They have, phones that they can look. But I really do. I need to inform you guys of some stuff that's going on around the world. Christians are being slaughtered. And they have been. They have been. And, absolutely. Charlie was absolutely killed because he was a Christian. And that goes right or left. Whether the right took him out or the left took him out, he was killed because he was a Christian and he was a threat to politics. Just like MLK. He was a threat to politics. Why is it always some child in here with us? Did y'all notice that? It's always some child in here saying something. Did you not understand that I am at the rec center waiting on you to come talk to me? You were supposed to be pulling up to say it to my face. Otherwise, you're not allowed to say shit to me. What do they not understand? Oh, my feet are so cold, y'all. I mean, for instance, you think okay, I can prove it. I can prove it. I can prove it. I can prove that the Republican Party is not as conservative and as good of people as you think they are. Let me tell you how. Remember when it was proven that Donald Trump was best friends with a pedophile and everybody just ignored it? There you go. That's the conservative party overlooking a sexual predator when all of the evidence shows us that they were not only very close allies, but they had more things in common than not. That's why they hung out together, because they had a lot of interest in women, young, pretty women. And half of the Republican Party ignores evidence that goes to show that they're willing to just jump on any bandwagon as long as it might benefit them. It's crazy. It's crazy. Y'all want to call all these leftists fucking crazy. Rightists are just as bad. Just as bad. As long as it's somebody that you know and you like from your side of the field, you're okay with it. It's crazy. But then you'll sit there and talk crap about people on the opposite end of the spectrum doing the same thing you're doing. Hypocrites. Hypocrites. Yeah. If I had one word to describe the conservative right, it would be hypocrites. They're doing the same shit that the left's been doing. They are. They do orgies, sex parties, swingers meets. You know them keys down there in Florida? That's the hot spot for Republicans to swing. Fun fact. Key Largo. Key West. Yep. It's just crazy that people don't know these facts. I guess you got to travel around and experience things yourself to see things for what it's worth, and that's why it's important to get out in this world. But the right is just as bad as the left. They're just as disgusting. They're not Christians, okay? The conservative party of today, whatever you want to call the right, those are not Christians, okay? It's disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah, they be down there in Key Largo. Oh, live update. They're looking for this guy that shot Charlie, and they still ain't found him. No one in custody. This was an inside job. I'm telling y'all, you know, the more time goes on, the more I start to feel like they're never going to get this guy. I don't think they're going to catch him either, Miles. Well, one thing's for sure, if it was, you know, facilitated by the right, they'll never get him. They'll never get him because it's an inside job, so they're going to help whoever did it get away. Y'all, my toes are so cold. Good morning, Blake. You know what? I think a lot of the problems on the internet too. You know how like when we was coming up through school, they taught us, you know, how to walk in a single file line, how to like be respectful, how to raise our hand before a question. We were like taught, we were socialized in a specific manner through education, right? Well, the problem with the internet is the internet got started and there was never any clear-cut rules and regulations and laws on the books to dictate how people should be behaving on the internet. And now it's like this horrible Pandora's box. It's been opened and nobody knows what the guidelines are for media. Do you understand? And that's why all these people out here act a fool on the internet. My belly's growling, y'all. I'm hungry. I don't know what I want to eat. Definitely need to get protein today. Definitely need to get protein. I think I got one scoop left. My toes are warming up now. Yeah, there's nowhere to get eggs and breakfast. There's nowhere to get breakfast over here. There's nothing. Exactly. So I just saw a post that says, "Don't take criticism from people you wouldn't take advice from." Hey, that's yes, 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 yes. That's the point. You come over here putting your 2 cents in, and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. If I bother you that bad, roll the fuck up and whoop my ass. I don't give a fuck what you think you know, who you think you know. I don't give a fuck. I just really wish somebody would roll up to get done up. I really do. I really do. That's what makes me sad, is that all these people so scared. You so scared. There's like 80 you motherfuckers so scared. 8 on 1, scared as hell. Jesus. I really did not know I had this much power going back to last year. Run that mouth all over the internet, chase people around town, screaming out of cars like wild banshees. But you're scared. Otherwise, you'd stop the car and get out and say it to my face. And that's why I'm a felon, folks. Because of people like that. It's not my fault. They always want to fight until they're taking a flight. Then they want to play the victim card. Ass getting life flighted to fucking Charlotte. No, you wanted to fight. You wanted to fight. How long have I've been sitting here for an hour and 18 minutes waiting. Oh, what is it? All the junkies that hate my guts ain't out to bed yet, probably. Yeah, all the meth heads are just going to bed around here. It's a huge problem around here. I didn't realize it before. Now I do. Then show up, bitch. You see where I'm at? I don't call the police. I've never called the police. After getting my ass whooped? Absolutely not. Or whooping somebody's ass? Absolutely not. I think you're mistaken, homie. I'm the one that went to prison for beating up 2 girls because they called the police. I don't call the cops. I call the cops to protect myself legally in court because you're a retard out here trying to provoke somebody. Come on, let's meet, Steph. I love it. I cannot believe I get to make money arguing with people. It's literally my favorite thing to do. Come on, Steph. Where you at, Steph? You just called the cops. Come on, Steph. And thank God I did call the cops, because do you understand? Do you understand that I would have went to prison maximum security? They would have sent me to Raleigh over this situation if I wouldn't have called the cops to protect myself and make all of these reports from that kid stalking me. Good thing I did call the cops. And I will, and I will, and I will. Always. But if you want to run up and get done up, I absolutely ain't gonna call the cops if I get my ass whooped. Why would I do that? That's a fair fight. See, that's the difference between this new generation and this old generation. We used to fight and we got our ass tore up. And we went on about our business. And every time we'd see that person, we'd say, okay, yeah, well, I'm gonna show a little bit of respect, because, yeah. See, that's the problem with society. That's why there's no respect. Nobody gets punched in the face. Nobody gets reprimanded for their lies. Nobody gets reprimanded for their bad behavior. But I'm sitting here waiting. I'm headed up to Walmart if you want to meet, girl. Come on. Make my day. Show up and tell me how you really feel to my fucking face. You keyboard pussy. I get to make money cussing people like you out every fucking day. Some bitch with a tiny little profile picture that's fake. We all know you're fat. And you're probably a dude. That's a fake picture. That's a fake account, y'all. It's probably some dude, probably some fat girl around here that hates herself, mad, Y'all, it's crazy. This town is crazy. It really is. Where you at, girl? I'll be at McDonald's. Sure will be. That's Madison, not Mayadan. It's so funny. I love it. Anybody got something to say? You see where I'm walking? I'm in Madison. Waiting for somebody to roll up and say something. Come on. Y'all got so much to say. Why don't you say it to my face? Why you want to act like a little bitch? Say it to my face. Say it to my face. Please. So I can drop kick your ass back into your mama's womb. When did we get to a point in society where we allow people to bully people? When did they start promoting bullying? Because this whole town is like a bunch of high school bullies. Bunch of children jealous of a homeless woman. Absolutely, it is all jealousy. You see what these motherfuckers look like. No morals, no values, no identity. Do you know how... Do you know how mentally decrepit you have to be fucking with a homeless woman who doesn't bother anybody? That right there tells you that evil intent. Most of these people around here deserve to be taken out back and shot in the head like old Yeller. They sure do, because of the way that they treat other people. They sure do. They don't deserve the life that has been handed to them. They are disrespectful. They have complete disregard for anybody but themselves. I have never been in a town like this. You know, it's crazy because I've been here for 20 years, but I never met none of these fuckers. And I've been exposed to these people in the same fucking ever until I got here. These people ain't right, y'all. This is some hills have eyes, incest, inbred. I don't fucking know. There's the extra fucking chromosomes. I don't know. These people are not right. They are not right at all. At all. I don't want the bullies to ignore me. I want the bullies to pull up. I don't want the bullies to leave me alone. I want them to pull the fuck up. Pull up. You want to bully somebody? Come bully me in person, bitch. Come bully me in person. Pussy. Maybe I can alleviate 2 problems at once. How great that would be. To prevent a bully from being able to further target other people. Because they're in a fucking wheelchair. You deserve to have your legs broken if you bullying anybody. You don't deserve to walk. You don't deserve to talk. You deserve to be a fucking vegetable with your dark, twisted, evil fucking thoughts in a fucking hospital bed as a vegetable for the rest of your fucking life if you're out here bullying people. You want to bully somebody? Come bully me in person. I dare you. I dare you. Get the fuck out the car, roll up, and get in my fucking face. I dare you. I'm everything these motherfuckers will never be. I already have been. That's why they hate me. Look at their fat, nasty, jealous, disgusting, bacteria vaginosis smelling fucking bitches. I went in at Hardee's the other day and there was a fucking employee in there. She had bacteria vaginosis so bad the entire bathroom smelled like pussy. Nasty ass bitches around here. I'm gonna start telling everybody's goddamn secrets. You want to bully the fucking only person around here that's got some goddamn trying to gear people in the right direction? Fucking retards. Y'all. Cannot find my phones. I had 3 in here and then 1 right here. So what they're telling me is that I could kick everybody's ass in this town? Is that what I'm hearing? Then why don't nobody want to fight? Y'all want to attempt to try to psychologically torture somebody. And I said, okay, well, I'm challenging you to a fight. So let's fight. Let's see who the better man is. I challenge anybody in this fucking town. Send me an email. It's at the top of my page. I've already made this offer several times, but it seems like everybody's too scared to fight me. They just want to try to stalk me, which is cute because I'm going to get paid from that. So thank you. Y'all don't understand. I'm more man than most men. I was raised by men. I have spirit. I have soul. I have honor. All the things that none of these people have. I love it. I'm so excited for the future. When did I know I made it? When they were trying to kill me. Y'all. So excited. I need breakfast. So did I tell you last night I went to go to my sleeping spot and the cop said that I couldn't go over there, so they won't let me charge my phones? Yeah, so the same spot that I've been sleeping in for 2 months, out here on the street, same spot. It had an outlet for me to charge my phones. Well, last night when I had to call the cops again for the same kid stalking me, had to make another report last night. They were like, yeah, you can't be sleeping over there. I was like, I've been over there for 2 months. They're like, yeah, well, the sheriff said you can't be over there. How does the sheriff know who the fuck I am? And if he does, then why don't he fucking do his job and fix this situation? Piece of shit. Imagine the sheriff knowing who you are. You don't know who he is. You're a homeless woman. He's in a position of power. Why does he care who I am? Wake up. Why would the sheriff, whom I've never met, why would he know who I am as a homeless woman? Why would the sheriff know who the fuck I am?
I mean, I'm sure it's nothing to do with like sex trafficking or anything, you know, in Rockingham County. It's nothing, it's none of that. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, so that's what they said last night when I called the cops, because the guy in the purple Subaru was driving around town last night. So I had to call the cops again, and they said, oh, you can't go over there to where you've been staying. I said, why? They said the sheriff said you can't be over there. I don't even know who this fucking prick is, but fuck him and fuck all these motherfuckers. Lock me up for more shit I didn't do. I'm sure I'll be in cuffs before the end of the day. That'll make great content. I wouldn't even be here if you wouldn't have locked me up the first time for shit I didn't do. That could have all been resolved with a simple fucking phone call, which is in fact your job. Sure is. I'm pretty sure that officers have cell phones. Yeah, they do. They do, and they can pick them up. Lock this up. Come on. Come on. So, you see what I mean? I'm out here doing my job. I got kids going by, honking at me like it's cute. That's stalking. That's stalking. Thank God I don't have mental health problems like these people. Otherwise, I would have went off the deep end. Look at the constant stalking I've had every day. Every day on this channel. Every day. Every day. You think that that's legal? Do you think that's legal? Anyone that's saying, oh, you're in content creation, please leave my channel. Bye. Please. Bye. Bye. Please get the fuck off my channel. Ignorant like that. This is my job. I'm a fitness influencer. If everybody would let me do my job, that's what I would be doing. But as you can see, when I'm out here doing my job, people are interjecting themselves into my live stream. And I'm the bad guy because I tell these fucking people that's not raising their children right that they need to raise them better. Fuck you and your kids, Karen. Fuck everybody in this fucking town. You fucking jealous motherfuckers. God, I feel better. I'm starting to feel better. I just need to get it out first thing. You know? Fuck the sheriff's department. Fuck the police department. Fuck Rockingham County. Fuck Madison. Fuck Mayadan. Y'all are the reason I'm in this situation. They locked me up for crimes I didn't commit, and it caused me to lose my truck, which led me to homelessness. And now I'm facing more crimes that I did not commit because I'm on the fucking street, and the police are fucking in on it. I'm convinced. He should have been arrested last night when he was stalking me again. So how many times does a victim have to be stalked by the same perpetrator before they get arrested? Before they get arrested. How long? How many times? How many times do women have to have their life turned upside down before the women of sex crimes are heard? Fucking ridiculous. And then the cops, they're just as bad. You should hear them down in Rockingham. They're perverts. Straight up perverts. Sat down there damn talking nasty shit, and stuff. Disgusting motherfuckers everywhere. Are you running up, down up? No, nobody wants to actually fight. They're all scared, Brooke. The best they got is to honk the horn. I just really want to bash somebody's face in. You know, why is it okay for society the sheriff hides and protects them? Yeah, I know. I really want to fight somebody. So if somebody wants to send me an email, I would love to do a controlled setting. I actually already have referees. I already have paperwork stating that when you're injured, you cannot sue me. There will be a boxing ring. I've said this before. It's literally right down the road in Eden. So I'm being fucking for real. Send me an email. It'll be a controlled setting with people that are responsible. It's not like this is It's not like we're meeting in a parking lot and just scrapping, bitch. I have to have my legal bases covered. I'm wanting to do a controlled setting boxing match with some random girl. I've been wanting to do this for about 2 years. If you're interested in boxing me, please send me an email. Nobody will fucking send me an email. Y'all don't understand. Like, I'm about that life. I'm not about this pussy life where we say mean words on the internet and then we honk the horn at people. I'm not about that life. I will roll the fuck up and it will be your last meeting with anybody on this earth. My criminal record says so. So why don't you get your children, because that's who's doing this. Madison, Mayadan, PSA, this is your children in the street behaving this way. You better get them before they come back to you in a fucking box. I'm not the fucking one. I will gut your goddamn children like fucking fish in the street if they don't stop stalking me. Do you understand me? I'll be waiting at the McDonald's if anybody wants scrap this morning. Got 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old fucking children out here stalking me. Your fucking brats that you poorly raised, that you had custody of, are out here wreaking havoc on homeless people in the community, and y'all think it's cute. Your children deserve to be fucking beheaded for the evil intent that dwells within them. And guess what? Guess who they got it from? Their evil-ass parents. Thank you. People want to say, oh, she stabbed 2 people. No, that was a legitimate fist fight. Completely different than trying to run a homeless woman over with my car. Completely different than falsifying charges on a homeless woman. Completely different than calling the law and lying. That's evil intent. Some of y'all are so fucking stupid. Thought somebody was yelling at me. It's my headphone. Some of y'all are so fucking stupid. Y'all don't know the difference between evil intent and evil. Or bad behavior or characteristics. Bad characteristics are one thing, but evil intent is something different. That's intentional. That shows that a person thrives off of someone else's pain. That's a psychopath. That's the beginning of a psychopath. Narcissist. All those horns you hear honking, those are narcissists. Those are red flags pointing themselves out to you in my live stream. That is someone who has no identity, someone who doesn't know who they are, someone that is bothered by words, someone that thinks that because I say mean words in their opinion that harm should come to me, just like Charlie Kirk. It's crazy. And the whole time I'm standing here like, I will make harm come to you if you want to roll up and actually fight. But no, nobody wants to fight because they're scared. They know that I know who they are. That's why they're doing this. And they're jealous of my channel. Jealous of a homeless woman. Do you know how sad your life has to be for you to be jealous of a homeless woman? Homie, you got it bad. You got it real bad. Better let that shit burn. Let it burn. Too many clothes. Way too many clothes. Late biking this morning, y'all. My legs hurt. A trans man? Absolutely. Fuck yeah, sign me up. I'd box most men. If they're in my weight class, 130. I'll box any man that's in my weight class. So yeah, men too. That'd be half of these little bullies that are following me around. They're children. They weigh about 130 pounds. Look at Dylan Duncan. He weighs 130 pounds, soaking wet. 18 years of age. You know, that's what I'm saying. He would be in my weight class. Yeah, I'll fight anybody in my weight class. Because that's what's fair. See, there's ways to fight. There's rules. There's rules. Sure is. I miss that shit. Sure do. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. Don't come over here telling me to do anything. Don't tell me to calm down. Don't tell me to hit my bait. It'll get you blocked. Hey, Kayla. Good morning. It's all men. I don't want them over here. You're the problem. You're the ones that are stalking my channel and running back and telling these little fucking high schoolers where I'm at. You think I don't know? Okay. Because all the high schoolers have been blocked. I need my hair up. It's hot already. I don't understand. I froze all morning. Now I'm burning up. Like there's no happy medium. Hot. I ain't got room for all these fucking clothes. Yeah, that's a little better. I don't read long messages. Nobody cares about your fucking opinion anyways. Do you know me? Why would I value your opinion? Why would I value your opinion? I don't know you. I don't know your fucking morals. I don't know if you're a good person. Most of you motherfuckers ain't. There's about one good person out of maybe every 100 to 1,000. That's a reality. It's not what I'm saying. That's a reality. If you can accept that, you'll be safer. If you remember that, you'll be safer. 1 out of every 100 might be a decent human. Might. You know what I've always noticed about these car honks? It's never anybody respectable. It's always trailer trash. People that chain smoke in their fucking house while feeding their goddamn raccoons fucking dog food and shit. While drinking a goddamn Budweiser and snorting crystal meth off their girlfriend's asshole. Never a nice car. It's never anybody respectable. It's always somebody that looks like they could be either A, a sex offender, or B, inbred.
Oh, it's so pretty. Yeah, it's never anybody respectable. I've been trying to get all the men off this channel for months. God. It's all perverts. All perverts. You know why they want me? Because I'm not like the other girls. Yeah. As it turns out, when you're not a whore, it makes people want you more. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Whew. This bag is so heavy. It's probably damn 100 pounds, y'all. Seriously. It's at least 60 because it's tearing the skin off my shoulders. Dudes really be coming over here looking for fucking attention, talking about something. You need to buy a wagon for the back of that bike. Bitch, you need to buy a wagon for the back of my bike. What the fuck are you talking about right now? Get the fuck out of here. Come on back. See what I mean? How am I doing anything wrong? How am I doing anything wrong? How is this my fault? I know whoever one day runs up, it's going to be over for him because I got enough rage to murder an army of fucking men. I just can't stand the fake stuff. That's what pisses me off. If you're real, you understand why I'm angry. If you're the type that stands on ground and means what you say and will fucking scrap for honor, then you understand why it pisses me off. Because it's pussy shit. That's what children do, and those are children. That's what children do. Grown adults, they converse and then they fucking scrap and they're done. It's crazy. If it's that big of a deal, why don't you roll up and say something to my face? I'll just start taking down descriptions. And when I see the same cars, I'll call the law and file a stalking report. How about that? That's what we can do. And I got it on camera too, because I got a camera in the front of the basket that's been recording on my entire ride. So all the people that's been honking at me, they're on camera. That's why I was looking for that other phone earlier. Ironically though, they can't see it in the basket because it's through the holes. It's like shoved down in there perfectly. So, smile bitches, you're on candid camera. Come through and honk again. Let me have you charged for stalking. And you fuckers that be aiming your cars at me, trying to hit me when I'm carrying 200 pounds worth of equipment, you're on camera too. I'll call the law and make a report for that too. I've never seen so many people be jealous of a homeless woman. Really are. But I see what you motherfuckers look like, and I see how disrespectful you are to each other, and I see the lack of respect you hold for yourselves. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
never make it through what I've been through. It's crazy. They wouldn't make it a day. Most motherfuckers couldn't make it an hour with this book bag, this cart, and all this shit. They wouldn't make it. 90% of Americans couldn't do what I've been doing for 2 months. They'd never make it. They can't even go an hour without consuming something. That's all they do. Consume, consume, consume. Consume, consume, consume. They don't know how to create. All they know how to do is consume. That's why they're trying to kill me. That's why they're jealous. And despite it all, I'm still out here with these damn pearly whites still smiling. They hate it. What I hate is that they're fake. What I hate is that we can't meet and talk. What I hate is that nobody wants to fight me. That tells me they're all scared. Every last one of them. Damn, what a shame. I done bitched out 4,000 people and the internet. My parents said I couldn't fight the world, and I did it. Sure did. Bitched them all out. Bunch of pussies. Oh, and you ladies that are planning to show up at the courthouse on Wednesday, you will be arrested on the spot if you come within the courthouse property while I'm on property. You've been put on notice. Thank God for attorneys. If anyone from the internet is planning to be at the courthouse when I have court next week, you will be arrested for stalking on courthouse property. Do we understand? Okay. Speaking of lawyers. Oh wow, look, I'm seeing stalkers' cars in the parking lot. So this is why your mommies were calling me? I see. One, there's one of my stalkers, that Honda with the writing on the back. I see one, hold on. Two, that silver Ford right there. That passed by me 6 times yesterday. He aimed his Ford at me and almost hit me at the bottom of the hill where the tunnel is next to the coffee shop. That Ford right there. This is interesting. So this is who my stalkers are. Fucking high schoolers. And I bet you that Subaru's over there somewhere. I bet you that fucking and that's, look, and the sheriff's up there. That's exactly why they protect them. Resource officer. You see this shit? So that Honda, silver Honda, that Ford, both of those cars have not only almost hit me, but they pass by me on a daily basis honking their fucking horn. Let's go see who's else on school property. Let's go scope out the parking lot. I should have done this, I guess, 2 months ago when all these fuckers started stalking me. And then their mommies call law enforcement saying that I'm communicating threats. No, your child is in the street harassing a homeless woman. A sex trafficking victim. You fucking stupid people out here raising these children to bully people. We're just gonna scope out the parking lot. That appears to be a student. That's faculty. Do a little recon on a Thursday. Yep. Wow. Wow. So this is another one that pulls up on me, honking the horn, blaring, being rude as fuck, revving the engine up. RJS 3252. I'm doing it to every single one of these cars that I have on camera stalking me. I'm done with this shit. Oh wow, damn, there's another one. I mean, it's just one after another. Yeah, Look, and he's even got the gaming sticker in the back, so you know he's the type that likes to stalk me. VEV, I've already got him on camera. I've shouted that out several times and couldn't get the last two of the plate. This kid's been stalking me for months. Wow, this is crazy. Let's go through the rest of the parking lot. Yep, every single one of these trucks. Jesus fucking Christ. This is crazy, y'all. So this is a high school. This is it. Now I'm figuring out who's been stalking me. These are all high schoolers. They're part of some sound shop. Oh, that's the sound shop from downtown where the guy... Y'all, this is crazy. Look at this. Nobody cares. The cops are sitting right there, baby. The cops are right there. Cops are right there. I'm not breaking no law. This is a public space. THL, this is the one last night that went by me 5 times honking, blowing. 75, 79, 97. VD 4590. NY 2056. ZV 4640. 4606, sorry. And honestly, I don't know if I've seen that black. I don't remember that truck. Every single one of these, absolutely, yes the fuck. Yes the fuck. So I'm being stalked by high schoolers, you guys. I'm being stalked by high schoolers. Yeah, the police are not going to do their job, so I have to. I'm being stalked by children from this school. It's crazy. I guess all these people up here on the mountain been doing so much crystal meth and alcohol, they forgot to raise their children. So now their children are out in the street stalking me. Well, I got the plates now, so the next time I know exactly where to go. Come straight into the office, talk to the principal and say, you know, it's just one after another. Jesus saves. It's ridiculous. Let's go to the parking lot. I have a feeling that's where all the... Here's some more. There's that white Sentra. He tried to hide it behind this truck. This is another problem. You know, it's crazy. I hope there's a cop watching right now. How do I know which one of these youngins are troublemakers? How do I know, officer? Why ain't I bothering none of those cars? You know why? Because those children aren't problematic. Why is it this row of cars that are the fucking problem in this town? LJA 3718. These are the future criminals. Rockingham County Sheriff's Department, pay attention. These are the inmates you're going to have in your jail. Right here on this row. VAZ 5853. LAD, that's it. LAD 3963. Tired of this shit. Your goddamn kids are out here stalking me. Interrupting me while I work. Go look. How do I know that entire back row is nothing but problems? They're the bullies of the school. They think they're the cool kids, but they're bullies. And this kid is the one that just went by honking. Remember a while ago when I threw my hands up? This was the kid that went by honking. He was on the way to school. VEV 4515. Oh, look, he's soft. Look at the feather and the dice. Fruity little thing with your hubcaps, aren't you, boy? Yeah, well, you better tell Mom and Daddy. When you see me, you honk your horn and aim your car at me. Yeah, he came over the white line to hit me on a bicycle. Oh, and did I mention I have like 200 pounds of equipment on me right now? Let's see who else we can find. Damn, it never dawned on me. Here we are. Dylan, y'all can thank all you people that are going to see your tags on my channel tonight. You can thank Dylan Duncan. Because of his stalking, he led me here to y'all's school, and because of that, I was able to obtain this information on your license plate. So everybody thank Dylan Duncan for blowing the lid off this high school. Let's go. I need to eat. Looking for a Beamer. Looking for a specific car. And all you other children. Wait a second. And all you other children. Learn from all these other idiots' mistakes and leave me the fuck alone. This is another little shit right here. That number 3, RJT 6587. I hope the parents are real pissed now. You know what I want to be doing, parents? I want to be working out and minding my business. But every time I go to do that, your brat-ass children interrupt me at my job. So now your brat-ass children have become my fucking responsibility. I got it, you know? Somebody's got to do it because you're not doing it. You're not playing mommy. You're not playing daddy. Why is your child out here bullying adults? Why is your child in the street trying to bully an adult? What are you doing wrong at home, mommy and daddy? Because you're doing something wrong. Otherwise, your children wouldn't be bullies. Let me tell you something. I got 2 children, and neither one of them are fucking bullies. And as it just so happens, the state says that I shouldn't be a parent. But then I have to deal with parents like you that think that it's cute to raise children to be fucking bullies. Oh, wow. So you're a better parent than me. Oh, yeah. I'm sure. We can see that. We can see that. We see the byproduct of your parenting skills. As your brats circle me like a fucking vulture, screaming, throwing things from their cars, fucking cussing. And I am trying to work so I can make it off the street. So either A, you hate yourself, B, you just want to hate me because you hate yourself, or C, you're as evil as your children if you think that this is okay. Oh, but you know what? That might explain where these children got those behavioral patterns. Look at how the adults act here. Thank you. It's hot already. Damn, all those cars. Every single one, every license plate you saw is kids at that school that have been following me around for months, honking at me, blaring their horns, like I said, throwing stuff from cars. Well, I'm glad I got the plates now, so the next time I have that problem, I'll just call and I'll save this video when I get done, bookmark it or whatever, so that I have those plates. So the next time those kids try to hit me or whatever, you know, they point their cars to hit me. And I've got 100 pounds of weight on my back, and then me, and then the bike. I'm pushing around like 200 something pounds. Thank you, sir. So, and these kids act like it's a fucking joke because they're jealous of my channel. They think it's cool that somebody has a YouTube or something. I don't fucking know. I just know that other people in my position have been through the same thing. And the whole reason that I'm in this situation is from other bullies.
Lord have mercy. Y'all, struggling. I wash my hands. I ain't gonna wash them in like, I don't know. Man, so. I don't know why the sheriff's department doesn't tell these parents what their kids are doing. Why is the sheriff's department not telling, hey, well, your kid's stalking her around town? When these parents call and complain, why does the cops not do their fucking job and tell the truth? Absolutely, they're in on it. Absolutely. They don't want homeless people here. Even if they're contributing members of society, which I am. More than most motherfuckers. By far, I contribute way more than most motherfuckers. Unless you're a preacher, or you're in politics, or you're a fucking attorney, or there's no one contributing like I contribute. People can't even be honest with them fucking selves, much less others. Let's be for real right now. What do I contribute? It's crazy. I contribute something that is priceless and have for 2 years. It's crazy. Y'all, there's a bag, I can't get it shut, and that's why it's ripping apart. I gotta have clothes tonight, and so it's full of my nighttime clothes. You know? No one cares. There's lots of people stealing from me. Pay attention. Somebody was pulling on the door. Can you believe
believe that? How many cars was that? That was about 10 or 12 cars, wasn't it? Every single one of them I recognized from stalking me over town. It never dawned on me to go in that parking lot. That's the upcoming generation. Yeah. The ones that have no self-esteem, no identity, nothing to stand for, is why they're falling for everything and mad at the world. Oh, look, another one of my stalkers. Oh my God. Yep. He was riding around honking. They got music on. Can you not just buy apples from here? I was talking to one of the workers in there. I'm gonna make some protein, y'all. Oh God. I wonder if I can get that back on there. It's not gonna go back on there. Yeah, that's not going back on there. Sucks. Let's go see if my food's done. They got music on. I had to call my attorney. My basic needs have not been met in like 12 days, so please hang with me. Alright, so my attorney's gonna call me back. This is crazy. What day is it? Thursday. It's September 11th. No wonder I'm in a bad fucking mood. Of course it's September 11th. And I'm dealing with fucking terrorists. Go figure. A threat to national happiness. Oh, I gotta eat. God, the sun is so bright, y'all. You see me squinting because it's bright. It's killing me. Oh, wow, no fork. Okay, well. It's a big egg. One piece of bacon, that's a side of bacon. $2.39 for one slice. This was almost $10. A small coffee, one egg, and one slice of bacon, $10. I think it was like $7. $7. Latte. Crazy. Oh, I forgot to tell them. Shit. I forget everything. What y'all want to do today? I would chill out on the training because I'm starting to lose weight and I can't lose weight. So we're going to sit right here and work on eating. I got eggs on the table. Like, I knew that I was a decent person, but I did not know I was this good. You know what I mean? This channel has only taught me that I am, in fact, not the problem. Society and the evils of the world have completely taken over. We're living through revelations. That's what I've learned. I used to think I was the problem. I let society blame me. Don't let them make you feel like that. You're not the problem. If you feel like an outcast, if you feel alone, if you feel like you operate under God's laws and rules for us, but everybody else doesn't, it's not you. You're not the only one.
Did you get a strawberry smoothie?
Huh?
Did you get a strawberry smoothie?
I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I just got the coffee and the eggs.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
it wasn't
okay.
me.
Oh, would you like?
No, I'm good, but
Okay.
thank you,
You're
though.
welcome.
Oh,
I
is that
just
your
wanted-
name? That's my first name,
Uh-huh.
too. Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, though.
You're welcome.
That was sweet. Normally I'd say yeah, but I just stuffed them eggs down, y'all. And, whew. Sweet lady. We had the same first name. Yeah, I just feel like, yeah. You know, people are self-motivated more often than not. So if they want something, for instance, you know, like the 7 deadly sins, like gluttony. Let's say that someone knows they got a problem with food, but they're just gluttonous and gluttonous and gluttonous. Most people that have a problem like that, they're aware that they have a problem. They just choose to continue to operate on their selfish wants instead of doing what is best for them. And you know, it's crazy because more often than not, people like that, even though they've been operating their lives on what they wanted, and now they have had like side effects, you know, then they become bitter and angry at all of the other people that took better care of themselves. Fat people. Sorry. Let me be clear. There's a lot of women that are fat. They're bullies. I don't make the rules. I make the observations. Okay? I know I'm not alone in this. I know I'm not the only girl that gets bullied because she's pretty. In this town, it's so common. So common. And it's sad. It really shows that these people have serious mental health problems. If you're going to bully a girl because she's skinny and pretty, because you feel unhealthy and fat and nasty, that's a you problem. That's not a pretty girl problem. That's pretty girl problems, but like that's not a pretty girl problem. You know what I mean? Why is it? There's 2 types. There's super sweet people that are cool about it, and then there's like other people, like there's people that can accept things in reality, and there's others that can't. You know, when I call people fat, I'm pointing that out to let you know psychologically where they're at, because statistically speaking, people that are obese struggle with insecurity and identity issues. So when I point these things out, I'm pointing out to you why they are bullying me. And it's usually because they're obese. Absolutely. adults behave just like children out here in the wild. They really do. I thought that when I grew up, all adults were going to be respectful to each other, kind to each other, loving. I thought that there was going to be a world that operated the way that it was supposed to, and that's not the case. I want to see what they got about Charlie Kirk. Protein coffee. I'm going to make a quick phone call real quick. I had to call this guy that's editing some stuff for me for court. Sorry. Yeah, I finally found a guy that can like do like editing, and so I've been searching for an editor to help me with my channel, and unfortunately he's not going to be able to do that because I can't afford him on a regular basis. But he is doing some editing for me, but it's only for court. It's for my court cases. So I'm having to pay money. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm having to pay money to someone that I initially wanted to deal with in hopes of them editing 2 or 3 videos per week for me to bring more income to my channel, because I do not know how to edit, right? By the time we got through the process, which took 2 months, okay, because you have to keep these people on retainer, so I have to pay money every month to have these people in my pocket, right? By the time we get the ball rolling, I'm asking him to edit videos for a court case instead of for my channel. And that deferment, that course off path from him editing for my channel to editing for court cases, that is in a nutshell what has happened to my channel. I came to this channel doing Talk It To. I came to this channel talking about matters that really matter. And it disturbs people so much. They can't handle the truth. They don't want to hear the facts. They don't want to hear the stats. They don't want to see the data. It bothers them so much that they've gotten me fired from my job. They've gotten my truck repossessed. They've called my insurance company. They've stabbed my truck tires out. They've pushed me into homelessness. And now they're trying to push me back into the arms of a sex trafficker. After I escaped that for 2 years. That's why I had the truck. I got the truck and got the hell out of here and ain't been back since. It's crazy. It's really crazy. So when did I know, A, that I'd made it, B, that I was like an extremely good person with very strong morals and values? When they started trying to kill me. All you fuckers are doing is showing me that my mission from God is much more important than I ever imagined. Let's talk about Charlie. A single bullet killed Charlie Kirk. What we know about the Utah shooting. This is it's horrific. Yeah, I'm literally getting chill bumps. I can't. It makes me want to cry. I mean, Meg Kelly, oh, God, I'm going to throw up. So I saw Meg Kelly break down yesterday over it. First of all, I never liked her until recently. All of a sudden, in the past 6 months, she's been cussing people out. I think that my presence, I do. I've noticed, like, dozens of channels, conservatives, that have turned fire in 2025. I do think that, your girl has a way of starting trends, and I love that. I've noticed, Y'all know when I used to listen to music, I used to trend music. I used to listen to something on my live, and then the next day it'd be trending on fucking TikTok. Swear to fucking God. Took screenshots of this. I'll show you someday. Seriously. It was crazy. I'd be listening to Tupac Changes, and then the next day this viral YouTube thing is all Tupac Changes. I'm like, wait a minute, we were just... And it's crazy because you would think that something like that doesn't matter. It absolutely does in the matter. In this spectrum, that's exactly how things work. That's exactly how things work. Creators see other creators picking up information, and that creator goes find more information and adds it to that. And YouTube is nothing but us sharing all information that we all shared. So, like, yeah, that's exactly how trends start. So, it's just funny that everybody's getting angry. And Meg Kelly is one of them that's been pissed lately, and I respect that. It's about time that people start getting angry. Nothing's gonna change until we do. Screw being angry. Y'all better start raging. You ought to be pissed. Then it's your tax dollars that they are just throwing down the toilet. Well, they're throwing them into their bank accounts. I can't see. Y'all, they ain't never gonna get this guy. In my opinion, I mean, you know, they might. I just... There's nothing new. There's nothing. Okay, so there is something new. It was not 200 yards. It was 142 yards. And let me just tell you, you couldn't have done it if you didn't have experience still. People, you know, people who have never worked with firearms and don't understand all of these components that go into making a clear, clean-cut shot. It's not just about the bullet and the gun. There's other variables that go into determining whether or not that shot's going to land exactly where the mark is, like where you're intending for it to land. Most people that have never worked with guns don't understand how complex and powerful they are until they pick up one and start to fire it. I can assure you that no regular civilian could have done this. I think it was a hit. I really do. And in my opinion, as of right now, because of the Trump administration, I think it was probably in the benefit of both parties for him to get missing. Because both parties, he can't be a part of. He can't be, you know, he's part of the conservative party, but he's the only conservative in the room. That's a problem, because all of the other conservatives are playing by different rules and different guidelines. Charlie's coming at this from an innocent standpoint of view. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, Charlie's coming at it as a Christian. Anything Charlie would have done would have been walking in the light of the Lord. The current Republican Party doesn't do that. The current Republican Party is all about lining their pockets with more money, just like the left. So Charlie was absolutely a threat to both parties. Either party could have killed him. Either party could have killed him. The Trump administration has reason to want him dead, and everybody in the world has reason, from Israel to the Middle East to the left. Anybody could have wanted him dead. Trump is so nonchalant. It just feels like an inside job, because Trump is so nonchalant. Yeah, I know, I heard. Yeah, they're like celebrating his death. It's sad. People suck. People suck. Big time. Y'all, I'm about to run for a little while. I'm going to get myself together this morning. We need to go to the Dollar Tree and get some stuff for today, and then I need to loosen my load up. And yeah. But I got to call some more people, and yeah. Because Trump is not a conservative. Trump is not a conservative. That's why they would want to kill him. Charlie would have been walking in the light of the Lord. He was headed straight for the White House. If he would have gotten the White House, Christianity in this country would have been front and center. We have conservatives in office right now, but what is not front and center? God. No. You know what's front and center? The big beautiful bill, gay marriage, blah, 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 policies that they want to overturn that should have never been messed with. The Republican Party, as we know it today, is not a conservative party. Let me reiterate. The conservative party, Republican Party that we have today, they are not conservative. Those are not conservative values to have 15 children with 8 different baby mamas. It is not conservative values to marry a hooker and then screw her on a pedophile's plane. Trump has his history of crimes. That's not conservative. These people are not, the conservative party is not what it used to be. The conservative party is not based on morals, values, and the word of the Lord, which it should be. They forgot the mission. It's Animal Farm. They forgot the mission. It might look like gold from the outside, but those are not conservatives. They don't speak for all of us conservatives. I'm a monogamous woman. I can assure you that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are not. Even married are not. It's a known secret that they have an open marriage. That is not a conservative value. If Melania lets Trump go screw whoever he wants. It's crazy. Charlie was a threat to that. Charlie would have been a threat to their plan going forth in the future in 2028. The Republican Party that we have today, Charlie felt like he was part of that party, but in all actuality, he was a threat to the very party that he was part of because he was the only Christian in the room. He was the only conservative in the room. He knew that too. He knew he was in a pit with snakes. I'm going to come back and I'm going to go cook, and we're going to come back and we're going to go to the Dollar Tree. They would want to take him out because he would be changing the conservative Republican Party indefinitely back towards a Christian-based political view. The Republicans we have in office now, they're making money just like the left. Some of y'all don't understand the way that the world actually works. Some of y'all want to be like MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. Okay, well, let's see how that works for you when you get to 65 and you still can't retire, and then they put your ass in a rest home, and then they cut your Medicaid, and then you're homeless at 65, 67 years old. They're doing, the Trump administration, in my opinion, is doing the same thing that the Biden administration did for 4 years. And this game of lying to us to get our vote and then getting in office and doing the opposite. Okay, they cleaned up illegal immigration. Okay, they're sending troops to DC. Okay, I'll give him that. But let's see what's happening come January. Let's see what they're doing come January. Because I'm telling you, they do this game where they lie to us for the vote. They get into office. They do a little bit of footwork in the beginning. And then by year 2, we're like, what the hell's going on? And it's both sides. I'm not cracking on the Republican Party. I'm simply saying that the Republican Party is not conservatives. Take your ass to Key West, Florida. Take your ass to damn Key Largo. Those are all Christian conservatives down there doing cocaine and having orgies. They're Christians. Both sides are the same. They just want to stand back and point out each other's faults. Both sides make money off of us. Both sides make money off of lying to us. Charlie was a threat to that because Charlie could not be bought. Charlie could not be bought. Charlie could not be bought. Charlie would have stood for the Lord, even if it meant they'd kill him on full display as he's given a debate at Turning Point. You know, I heard Michael Knowles say yesterday, I do believe he said that at no point did any of us think that we would be killed. You sure about that? Because, I came into this knowing that I was going to get death threats. I didn't think that they'd actually hunt me down. I knew that people would probably email my page and send me mean shit. But you sure about that, Michael? Because it's 2025, and I'm pretty sure that any conservative is going to be a target, and people are going to try to harm them. Charlie didn't deserve to die. Charlie didn't deserve to die. Oh, no, it's fine. It's crazy. It's so sad. All of it's just so wrong. Alright, I gotta go, y'all. That phone's gonna die. And I need to use the bathroom. My tummy hurts. Probably stress. We'll talk this afternoon. I'm gonna get my life together a little bit, and then we're gonna go to the Dollar Tree and get some stuff that we need. Probably get some fruits and vegetables from the other one, like the other stores. And we might try to work out some today and get in a good mood. How about that? I love you guys, and please pray for me because God knows I need it. Luna, you're fine. You don't have to feel bad. I'm sorry if you took that the wrong way. It's me. I'm angry. I'm angry at the world. I'm angry at everybody. It's me. I'm sorry. And pray for me because God knows I need it, and I'm praying for you guys. And we'll talk in a little while. Bye, hello. Bye, Luna Star. Be safe.